Good morning, Cowboy Jim. Just finished watching an hour long, wonderful teaching by Michael Heiser. I had I had called him Mark Heiser. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry. Michael Heiser. And if you have any questions, and if you don't, well, then you're not processing thought, children. On the origins of angels, the origins, purpose of God, not quite as clear as I would like it in terms of an alien being. I'm going to have to work on that, children. Let me tell you, really something. And Michael Heiser, if you Google his name, you will see a collection of books, videos that will literally blow your mind. The reason for that is they will help expand your mind. I mean, you know, I'm no theologian. Oh, gee, no. Oh, no. But Michael Heiser, the unseen realm. Oh, gee, he has so many books. A book called About Angels. Boy, really take a long, hard look at that stuff. Today is the 17th. Today is Friday. Been outside, chilling out. Not hard up in Fort Mac, let me tell you. And getting psychologically prepared for Christmas. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to ascertain, you know, where do I go for Christmas? Thank God I have one invite, and probably would have more, but nonetheless. Do I go visit my grandsons? Boy, I want to. Anyways, I started this day off sitting out back, and I could not get it out of my mind. A young man sent me a message on Facebook. I had gone to work for a company that will go unnamed, nameless, and I don't remember speaking to that young man, but perhaps I did. I tend to do that. And he texted, and this was some time ago. Okay. He texted in his Facebook thing, he said, Jim, I'm having trouble. And I knew of the subject matter that he was speaking of, not on a personal level. And he said, Jim, you've got to help me. Well, we do wrestle against powers and principalities, and I do get shaken on certain subjects that I'm not acclimated to, and he had a heart plea. And I tried everything in my limited understanding of Facebook. Oh my goodness. And I failed that young man miserably. And I should just simply, I should have gone on my YouTube stuff and said, look, my number is 403-816-5696. Now, I told a family member that I'd done that. I'd given my phone number several times. Oh, didn't he just about lose his cotton picking mind? Which, incidentally, I don't care. Like, I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm here until God figures I've caused enough issues in life for you. Perhaps it is kind of like I was working further north back about 3.5 years ago. I had put in 7.5 months at a company running haul truck, and I said to the Lord about 10 in the morning. We just finished the night shift. We were just trying to sleep, gaining some ability to do another night shift. On that crew, we worked 14 days, and then we worked 14 nights, and in between 14 or 7 days off. And I said to the Lord, I have this feeling, it's kind of a sickening feeling in my heart that my time at this company may well be done. And I said, I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking this way, except I believe I have spoken to every single person you would have me to speak to. I had waved to every person I had met in the hallway from the first or second day that I started, 7.5, 8 months. And I finally had gotten them, for the most part, to wave back. And the reason I did that was I wanted so to have people realize that I noticed them. And the Lord did not say anything to me. I said, I kind of think I'm done here. Perhaps there's some other place where you would have me to go. Perhaps you have prepared some other heart that I might just have the right word at the right moment, the right time in my life, experientially, in the other person's life based on their experience, but their need, their situation, their lives. And I went to work that night, and I got nailed with making a mistake. It was not life-threatening, children. It was not a sin unto death, but it was a mistake, and it was mine, and I owned it. And they wrote up everything that you could possibly have done wrong, and they documented and they kept. And it was kind of like it hung over my head, like it was like I was carrying a weight on my shoulders that was too great. And didn't they send me home to sit 3 days in my room at that lodge? And yes, I went and ate, and yes, I waved to everyone, but my heart was not in it, not in the eating or anything else. And because it's one thing and God and I have talked about this. It's one thing for me to be done, and it is another thing for me to be fired. And the boss, a good man, really good man, he called me and he said, "Well, Jim, he and I, we had hung out together, and I was kind of like that novelty. Well, look at me. Only one in the mine that looked like this, any of the mines I worked in." And he said, I'm going to let you go. And I said, "My brother, I want you to know something." He said, "What's that?" "Oh, and he is ready to fight, eh?" I don't mean literally, but on the phone. I said, "I so appreciate your kindness, the honor that it has been for me to have been allowed to work for you." I said, "My brother, dear sir, oh, it has been good." And his language was, shall we say, a little coarse. And I will not say what he said, but I will say what he meant in the saying. And he said, "I've never had anyone thank me for firing them." "Oh," I said, "Sir," I said, "Dear sir, I'm not thanking you for firing me." I said, "Sir, I'm thanking you for allowing me to have worked as long as you did." And he said, "What am I supposed to do now?" I said, "Sir, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, what am I supposed to do now?" He said, "I've never had anyone thank me." I said, "Sir, when you picked this phone up, you had a purpose and intent." I said, "Sir, are you the boss?" He said, "Oh, yes, I am." I said, "Sir, I know that." I said, "You're the head guy in this mine for this company?" He said, "Yes, I am." I said, "Sir, I'm your employee." He said, "Yes." I said, "Sir, I think you should do what you set out to do." And he said, "You're telling me to fire you?" Well, I wished he hadn't fired me. Oh, geez, that led to, and not for rehire. I don't think it was from him, because he didn't even want to let me go then. But somewhere down the food chain, some person in an office somewhere said, "Jim was let go, terminated, fired, and so let's not rehire him." Well, I think that is highly impolite. But that wonderful man up there, he said, "I'll let you go." And I said, "Sir, thank you." He said, "I never met anyone like you." And I think that's because there's no one else quite like me. A little bit good, a little bit bad. I'm pretty coarse. I'd sure do better if my mom was still alive, but I have it on good scriptural authority that she doesn't know what I'm doing down here. She's not listening to how I talk because she can't. Heaven is a place of joy, peace, happiness, fulfillment, not accomplishment, not personal accomplishment, but not personal failure. It's a place where the people there reverentially worship God. I hear people, dummies, They say when I get to heaven, I'm going to just talk to God. And when I get to heaven, I'm going to fall flat on my face. Oh, black-haired warrior woman, if she's standing there, I probably won't be on my face too long. I'll be standing up, walking over to her. And I probably won't say a single word to her, but I'll look into her eyes for eternity. Same way as I wrote it in The Black-Haired Warrior Woman at the tail end. Bit coarse, trust me. You're going to have to struggle to find that black-haired warrior woman. I took it off my YouTube channel because I had offended so many Christians. I don't really, I don't often do that, but I want you to know something. I didn't delete it forever. I just gave it a rest. It had been at 89 views for 4 months. No one had watched it all the way through in 4 months. So I wondered if I could redo it, but I don't know I have enough heart left now to do that, but perhaps I do. Anyways, I started my day out talking to my father. I came in and I put my favorite hymn on. Alan Jackson sang it. It's called In the Garden. Listened to that a couple of times. Kind of wiped the counter dry right then there. Because God evokes emotion. When we think of God, display emotion. I do. I listened to one of my heroes, Chris Christopherson, sing Why Me, Lord? Had more to wipe. I sing, eh? Oh, you don't want to hear me. But I sing. I sing my heart out. And I would have to be accompanied, I'll tell you that. Because the meaning of words evoke, for me, my heart, appreciation, emotion of God to God. Listen, I hope that those of you who have been recording little video recordings of who and what you are, how you are today, I hope there are enough of you, if there's one, that's enough, who may well listen to you yourself in your recordings. Christmas Eve. I was going to say, I don't know what video I'm going to watch by myself Christmas Eve, but I do. It's called The Black-Haired Warrior Woman. God and I will have a time. I have a good memory. Our family's memory is kind of short. Mine can be. I'll never forget the inspiration for that video. God bless you. Alan Jackson, In the Garden. He walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. The things we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Oh, Chris Christopherson, why me? Why me, Lord? God bless you. Merry Christmas. God bless you.